Hi, working on green oak as I did with the picnic bench can really make a mess of your tools. You'll see there's a lot of blackening that's happened to them and even some little bits of surface rust. So it's important that now I've finished the bench I get on and clean these tools up. My first step is to use some wet and dry paper with some water and just lightly rub off any surface rust, keeping equal pressure on everything that I'm cleaning so that I don't deform the shape at all. And then, very importantly, dry things off as quickly as possible. A squirt of some camellia oil will just help maintain those nice clean surfaces, and that can go back in its box. On this wee plane that I also used, we'll tackle the blade a little later and I'll resharpen that, but the body of the plane just got a little bit discoloured, so a quick rub on the wet and dry will clean that up. Maintain good even pressure here because we don't want to change the geometry of the plane, and that's already an awful lot better. I tackle the chisels in just the same way. They've already been prepared perfectly flat, so it's very quick just to clean off a little bit of staining that's on there. That's virtually all gone. I'll just do the edges as well. And the bevels. The top. And the cutting bevel. I've already started reworking a bevel on this other chisel, which I previously cleaned up. There was a little chip in the edge, so I've reground the whole bevel. Now I just adjust my angle to put a secondary bevel near the tip of the chisel. And that's super. Now I can go onto my waterstone and polish the very edge. I guess I'm most concerned about my large shoulder plane, and I want to make sure that doesn't suffer too much, so I'm going to now clean that one off. Obviously I've got the blade in there, just retracted it a bit so it's not going to be touched by the paper I'm working on. Push it to one side away from the edge that I'm going to be cleaning, and then I'll clean this face, the sole, move the blade across towards the other face, and then clean this face. And I always take a couple of little strokes on the corner just to take the very sharp edge off. So that's looking a lot better. I'll move the blade to the opposite face and clean this last face off. Now that I've cleaned off the staining, I'll remove the blade and the lever cap and make sure everything's lovely and dry. And I'll also resharpen the iron before reassembling. I've just switched to a piece of very fine wet and dry paper. I'm going to clean the back of the shoulder plane iron. Now I can take that to my fine polishing stone, water stone, polish the back and just hone the edge again. It's still very sharp and there are no nicks in it, so I'll just give it a quick hone and that can go back into the plane. and that's my large bevel edge chisel ready for honing, and thankfully that didn't suffer any damage, so I just retouched the secondary bevel slightly and re-hone. So I've just cleaned up a plane and a plane iron, a shoulder plane iron, 3 bevel edge chisels and 2 engineer's tri-squares in the course of about 20-25 minutes, which I think is pretty good.